Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of Weekly Dose with your host, Nickihanna. And in honor of Snatch Game, my mug is quite different tonight, but we have our special guest, Diva Baby.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing gorge. How are you?
I'm gorgeous. Well, you look incredible. It's like looking in a mirror, baby.
Ah! Okay. All righty. Let's get into this episode. I know you guys have missed me. Like I said, unfortunately, RuPaul decided that he was going to make an episode where no queens got eliminated. So I said, no weekly dose.
I did not even watch it, Mama.
I didn't watch it either.
But I want to see the viewing figures, like, like episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, COVID special, episode whatever. You know what I
I'm
mean?
like, not y'all doing a double save and then going to put a COVID special. Girl, we don't need to be reminded that we are in COVID. I know.
I need these drag queens to be eliminated.
Oh, yes,
The whole
yes.
reason I tune in is to watch their dreams be crushed. You know what I mean? I need it.
All right, well, just a quick recap of what happened 2 weeks ago. The girls did a musical as the main challenge. We see Rose bag her first challenge of the season, and then the bottom two were Simone and Candy. They lip sync, and at a turn of a dime, Candy Muse and Simone was saved in a double Shantae. Now, Diva Baby, let me ask you this: what do you think about the double saves in general?
In general, I think that they make for great TV. I'm not watching Drag Race for, uh, you know, drag excellence or, to see who will win. I want to be entertained. So I think that they're entertaining, and I thought it was especially good that they let Candy Muse think that she was going home for a little bit. I thought that that was a really nice touch. Um, they're not always deserved. There have been a couple where I've just kind of been like, you're just gonna let this one girl skate on through. That's fine.
I feel like they make great TV.
Yeah.
Because as a viewer, I don't want to see no double Shantays, and I can only imagine if I was a competitor. I damn sure don't want to
Oh
see two
yeah.
girls being saved.
You know what I always love though? I always love a double sachet. We need to bring those back.
Oh
Send
yes, we haven't
girls
had one of
home.
those in since season 8.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I feel like the last time we seen a good double save was in season 11 between Brooklyn and Evie.
Hmm.
After that, I'm like, y'all just getting carried away with the double saves. Not like, come on now.
There have been double saves since then. I didn't even remember them.
Oh yeah, there
They're
was,
forgettable to
yeah.
me. They don't
All
exist.
right, so it's a new day in the workroom, and the queens are ready for the mini challenge. And the mini challenge is that the queens have to audition for RuPaul's new punk rock band called the Pantyhose. Now, Diva Baby, who were your standouts in this mini
Oh,
challenge?
in the mini challenge, Candace Musical looked incredible. I think
Mhm.
that yeah, I think she was really fun. And that's all I remember, really, is how amazing Candy Muse looked.
My favorite was definitely Tina Burner. I was shocked she didn't win. The little
She has, sorry, go ahead.
no, I was about to say the little ass flapjacks had me rolling.
That's what I was about to say. Who knew? Who knew what she was working with back there?
Oh, Graham knew. Graham.
Graham knew.
Okay. Alrighty. So after this mini challenge, we find out that it's time for the annual snatch game. Now, this is one of my favorite challenges of on Drag Race because it really lets you know who is the cream of the crop and who is not. So I'm always excited for snatch game. So during the preparation, we see Utica and RuPaul have a discussion around Utica's squirrel afro. What are your thoughts on this?
Um, so I see where Utica's coming from,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like especially nowadays, like in a post June 2020 society. And mind you, think about this, they're filming like in June. Like Candy Muse walked off the streets of Brooklyn like protesting onto the workroom. So all of those thoughts that, white folks are having about like internal anti-racism work were probably very fresh in her mind. I just think that there are other ways to wear an afro without wearing an afro that don't involve squirrels. I think the squirrels were just a very misguided decision. And
I
honestly, it was his hair. And it was his natural hair too. It's not like Bob Ross was out there getting a perm or wearing a wig. You know what I
mhm.
mean? That's just what his hair looked like. So
I yeah,
both
I
sides of it.
yeah. I do appreciate the fact that she was trying to be sensitive. I felt like, however, I'm like, girl, you decided to do Bob Ross. This is Bob Ross natural hair. There are many white people who have natural afros. I felt like I wish she would have said, I have this girl as my afro because I'm Utica and I'm different like that. I felt
Hmm.
like she was almost using the sensitivity, the afro thing as an excuse, for her not to be Utica. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with adding a little Utica into, your Bob Ross impersonation. Just say that. But I did think the afro was kind of cute and clever idea, like a squirrel afro.
Yeah, on her head, I barely noticed it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it was like, yeah, I
Yeah, I thought it was cute. So let's get into the snatch game. We have our 9 contestants. We have Gottmik as Paris Hilton, Denali as Jonathan Van Ness, Elliot with 2 T's as Rue McClaney, Candy Muse as Patrick Starr, Rose as Queen Maria Scots, Simone as Harriet Tubman, Olivia as Tabitha Brown, Tina Burner as Richard Simmons, and Utica as Bob Ross. All right, so who were your standouts?
overall I think that this was the most entertaining snatch game in a while, in a very long time. I think that they were all pretty strong with a few glaring exceptions.
Mhm,
My standouts, my top three this episode were Gottmik, obviously, uh, Simone as
mhm.
Harriet Tubman, I thought was incredible. And I had a third. I really liked Rose. Rose has been growing on me in the last 2 episodes, which is good because
Mhm.
she had a lot of growing to do. Um,
Yeah, I loved it. Got me like, and she looked it just like Paris Hilton,
oh god.
and was hilarious, hilarious.
It was, yeah, it was like, it was very like girl boss. It was like very modern Paris Hilton. Like, have you seen her
Mhm.
YouTube documentary?
Not yet, no.
It was very that. It was very 2020 girl boss,
Mhm.
Paris Hilton. Like, it was so spot on and she looked just like her. I mean, Mick paints Paris Hilton's face. She
Yeah,
does makeup regularly. So she knows what Paris looks like and it showed.
I was surprised that Got Mick didn't touch on anything with the the porn tape she had.
Yeah. Well, I think it was really smart that she didn't because
Mhm,
Snatch Game is about kind of taking the piss out of who you're impersonating.
mhm.
Nobody ever won Snatch Game by being respectful to who they were.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And that's another reason why I think that Simone should have been in the top because she did something really smart where um she chose somebody that nobody has a reference for,
Mhm.
right? Like nobody actually today alive knows what Harriet Tubman sounded like or what her mannerisms were. So she really had like a blank canvas to work with and just be funny.
I
And
felt the same way with her and Rose. I thought
yeah,
it was so smart with doing dead people because you really can't dead people and from older, I would say past earlier than 1950s. I think that is so
yeah.
smart because we don't know what their mannerisms is like. One person who really surprised me in this episode was Denali.
I
Denali was cracking up
mhm,
at the Jonathan Van Ness. The mustache, the whole faggotry was
yeah.
there.
And you know that the human hair unit, it was all so nice. Yeah, she really grew on me this week too.
Mhm.
Um I often and I I'm just gonna be shady for a second. I see a lot of drag queens get on Drag Race and think that their knowledge of like drag aesthetic
Mhm.
means that they have like a sense of fashion. And Denali and Rose don't have the best fashion, but their drag is very elevated, and it really
Mhm.
kind of rubs me the wrong way because they have it in their head that they're like fashion girls. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not big on the term fashion, like, like a fashion queen. I'm like, we're all impersonating someone who we're
Yeah,
actually not. So we're of course we're gonna wear clothes that we're not used to
yeah.
wearing. Um, but speaking of Snatch Game, what was up with Candy Muse? I did not get Patrick Star at all. I'm like, Patrick Star is known for smiling. Candy Muse did not smile one time as Patrick Star, and I was like, Is it just me? Is it just me?"
Yeah, I think that's why she was safe because she was still funny, but I don't think she was really giving Patrick Star.
I was like, this is just Candy Muse in the turban. But what made it so funny was like I felt like she knew. She knew to us at a certain point, like, yo, this is not. I'm not doing Patrick Star. Fuck it, let me
Mhm.
just do me.
Yeah, I mean,
And
she made Rue laugh, and that's really, that's the biggest, that's the goal. Because
mhm.
I mean, if let's talk about somebody who didn't do well, Elliot
Oh
was a
yeah.
mess. It was a pretty good Rue McClanahan impression.
Hmm.
It just wasn't funny, and it didn't make me laugh. It made me hurt. It hurt my feelings.
Now I'm not one of the gays. I'm not big one of the Golden Girls
Mhm.
at all. But this one kind of stunk. Now I understood the direction she was going to. The problem was she wasn't committed with it the entire way. It was like
Yeah,
sometimes she would have this southern accent, and then sometimes she wouldn't. I'm like, girl, this is natural. You gotta keep that accent up.
you got to stay
So
in character. Yeah,
yeah. And then
yeah.
I felt like her jokes were getting they were the same jokes, like the whole men's, and I was like, all right, girl.
It wasn't improv. It was a BFA acting major scene study class. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And she didn't even get an A. She got a B minus.
Minus. All right. Also, who didn't do so hot? This one was very uncomfortable to watch. I was at a point. Usually, I hardly get to a point. I'm like, yo, stop showing her because it is that she's boring the hell out of me. It was Utica. I was like, oh my gosh, no.
That Yeah, it was really bad. The best thing about it was the squirrel afro.
Yes.
And the squirrel afro wasn't good. It it was really bizarre. It was like weird South Philly, West Philly warehouse performance art, you know? It wasn't funny. It was it was uncomfortable. And when she ate the paint, like I had to leave the room.
I was like, I'm sorry if I feel like she knew she was doing bad. If I
Mhm.
know I'm doing bad, I'm not eating no paint.
No.
I'm not. I'm
No.
like, fuck it.
And listen, I've done some filthy shit in my day on and off stage, believe me. But it just wasn't shocking enough. It was just weird and uncomfortable and kind of sad.
Yeah, and it came out. I think another thing too, because it came so out of the blue. Even though we all knew that her snatching was bad, it turned it. Because I feel like what could have happened was, I'm like, girl, that's paint. You shouldn't be eating paint.
Mhm. Yeah.
Spray paint at that. So, and another queen who I think didn't do so well was Olivia. This was very disappointing.
Yeah. So I'm really disappointed. I don't know if you saw her tweet last night, but
No, I didn't.
okay. So Olivia brought Rachel Dolezal as her snatch game,
Mhm.
and producers told her not to do it. And so she didn't, which there have been plenty of stories of plenty of queens being told not to do something on Drag
Mhm.
Race, doing it anyway, and winning. So I think that it was up to her to listen to them. And of course, she's, Olivia Lux. She's a very wholesome person. Of course,
Mhm.
she's going to listen to them. I just think it was really disappointing. I've never heard of Tabitha Brown. I don't really know who she is, so I can't speak to her impression. I can just, you know, like what could have been if they had just let her do Rachel Dolezal. I think she could have been really funny.
Now, you know, I know Rachel Tabitha Brown. I'm not a huge fan of her because I'm not vegan, of course. But I felt like Olivia was, the problem was Tabitha is not that big of a personality as I think the judges was trying to make her seem like she was. I'm like, she is known to be a vegan. It was one critique that Michelle said, you know, Tabitha loves her husband. And I'm like, everybody loves their husband. I'm if you're married, girl, that's not gonna make it funny. The character just was not as funny enough. And I
Yeah.
think that's where her downfall came into, especially when she was like, RuPaul asked like, what does ASMR mean? And I said Tabitha. Olivia was like, what it means, I said, oh no,
No,
mom,
girl,
no.
you need to come up with the first thing that you can think of. I can come up with maybe 2 right now. Ass suck my rear. That would have been better.
That would have been so much better.
Always savor my Regina. There's another one.
Yeah, you more swift than I am because I'm like, I don't know either. I would have said audio sound mute round. I don't know.
Something. The problem was she hesitated. She doubted herself in that moment, and it showed. We all saw the panic across her face.
Yeah, definitely. Now let me ask you, if you was on Drag Race and you got to make it to the episode of Snatch Game, which character or celebrity would you do?
Ooh, okay. I think about this literally all the time. So
if you have top 3, because you know
I actually have 3 impressions prepared for you right now. Okay, and you tell me which one you think would be the best. Okay, so the first person I was thinking was Nicole Kidman. So this is Nicole Kidman. Hello, I'm Nicole Kidman. Okay. All right. So then the second one I was thinking of was maybe Iggy Azalea. So this is Iggy Azalea. Hello, I'm Iggy Azalea. And then my third one is Judy Garland. Hello, I'm Judy Garland.
Okay.
I just want to do somebody Australian.
Okay. Australian.
What would you do?
My top 3 would be my number 1, and I hope no one does it ever in Drag Race history, unless I get on Drag Race, of course, would be Jocelyn Hernandez. She's a reality TV star. She's like on Love and Hip Hop. She's known as to be a little bit feisty, and she's Spanish. She has this accent, and she's Puerto Rican. But Jocelyn Hernandez would be my number 1. My number 2 would be Karen Hooger off of Real Housewives of Potomac. And my third person would be who's my third person? Oh, my third person would have been Michelle Visage.
Oh my god! Someone needs to do Michelle Visage again. Not be Sharon Needles, so that we can have a happy memory of Michelle on Snatch Game that isn't Sharon.
Okay. Alrighty. So back in the workroom, they're done Snatch Game, and we see a little tension between Utica and Olivia. Now, Mama, I don't know about you, but I'm like, I know you're not arguing over who did worse.
Yeah.
Snatch Game, and y'all did terrible.
Yeah, that conversation was so bizarre to me because they both sucked. And like Olivia was, like Rose said, being kind of delusional about it. Like she really thought, she came off and she was like, I just thought I did great. I thought I did swell. And everybody in the room's just kind of like, girl, did you? Where were the jokes?
I personally think that Olivia did that for an act. Olivia seems like a very smart girl. I feel like she was trying to play a strategy by acting like, acting delusional, thinking she did well. She knew her ass did bad. I don't care no one say. I think she knew. I think she was just upset at the fact that no one didn't tell her to her face at the moment. But I was like, I don't understand. Utica was like, my paint or something is going to save me. And Olivia's talking about my humor is going to save me. I'm like, y'all, y'all might be the bottom 2 girls of the week.
Yeah.
So let's get into our runway.
Oh yes, I've been dying to talk about this
The
runway.
category is fascinating fascinators. Now, Diva Baby, how do you feel about fascinators?
Um, I find them fascinating. I've never worn one before. I've tried. The closest I've ever gotten is like a giant bow back when I first started drag and didn't have any wigs. I would just like put my real hair in a bun and put a bow on it. Um, so I guess that's kind of fascinating, fascinator-ish.
I,
They scare me. How do they stay on? How do they stay up so high? The Denali one really stressed me out. Like the thing, I was like, that's gonna fall. It's gonna get glass everywhere. It's so scary.
yeah. I'm not such a big fan on fascinators. I'm like, I already wear wigs, so how much shit y'all want on my head? But I don't know if I own one. I might own one. I don't know. I have to look at my drag stuff. But anyway, the category is fascinating fascinators. And for the most part, me and you don't own no fascinators like that.
No.
So let's judge these bitches. First up on the runway, we have Olivia Lux. Um, I would say I didn't really much care for it. I did not like the hair. I did not care for the fascinator. I loved the gloves. Whoever did the gloves, like,
Mhm.
holler at me. The gloves was everything. But other than that, I was like, this is pretty plain. The
Yeah,
dress.
she was giving kind of like very like Dexter's Laboratory from the neck down, which I was
Mhm.
really into. It was the really nice but still very like flat wig for me. Like if you're gonna be like a mad scientist, like give me like mad scientist like frizzy crazy hair under the
Yeah,
fascinator. That would
definitely.
be my only critique. I thought she looked really cute. Like she always looks so beautiful. And it was a nice like change for her too. Like it was cool that she went for something that wasn't like high glam like she
Mhm.
normally does.
Yeah, this just wasn't one of my favorite Olivia looks. I feel like when you're going to step outside the box, you need to actually step outside the box and not.
Mm.
And so for me, this was a little lackluster. But next up, we have Rose. I actually liked this. I loved it. The fascinator was a fascinator. Like the
Mhm.
rose was just so clean. And I actually wanted to own it. Just the fascinator itself. I wasn't too big on the outfit, but the
Yeah.
fascinator was cool.
The fascinator was really cool, and I agree. I wasn't super hot on the outfit. Rose really likes to put tulle in places where tulle should not be. She loves to put a ruffle in an inappropriate place. It was giving me Vanjie's look that she got sent home in. Just like a bunch of like flowers all over Aaliyah. Like she just kind of looked shapeless and or like a column. I don't know. Um, wasn't my favorite dress, but I agree the hat was really stunning.
Yeah. I want to know how much it weighed or what it's made out of. Probably
Yeah.
foam.
Yeah.
All right, next up we have Unica Queen. I loved this. I loved definitely the garter belts. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it was so good.
It was so her yeah, her taste level is really up there.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite looks on the runway tonight, and it was an example of like doing a leotard look that
Mhm.
is elevated. Um,
Yes.
it
Yeah,
was
this is
good.
definitely one of my favorites of the night. I loved it with the short hair. The only thing is the basket. I wish it was, I don't know, maybe like food coming out of the basket as part of the fascinator, not bees. I didn't understand the bees part because she had ants crawling up her leg. I wish she would have had food somewhere.
Yeah, I agree. I also didn't understand. There was like a weird bang thing hanging down from under the basket. Like
Mhm.
I don't know. That it looked a little off to me. It looked like a different color and like a different texture of hair than the rest of her hair.
Yeah,
That would be my only like critique of
yeah,
that look. I thought it was really spectacular.
yeah. I'm definitely giving me a garter belt like that.
Like yeah.
All right, next we have Simone. I loved it. I loved it, the structure. I loved it, the message. It was so clean. Yeah, I see nothing wrong with this outfit at all.
Before she turned around, it was my favorite outfit. You know what I mean? Like it was it was not only showing a message, it was also just like really, really fucking beautiful garmentry going on. It was a
Yeah.
gorgeous outfit, and then she turned around and it was so much more than that.
Yes. And I
Absolutely.
loved it was the stones.
Mhm.
But like I agree with you. Before she, even if she didn't, have the message,
Yeah.
it was such a good outfit because the whole structure, even definitely towards her waist.
The square hips were like I
Mhm.
gasped.
Yeah.
It's like her taste, her Simone is my favorite drag queen in the world right now. She is everything. She is
Uh-huh.
the moment. She is going to win RuPaul's Drag Race. That is the only thing that makes sense with my fantasy. And
Okay.
this was just more proof of that.
Yeah, I have no complaints with this outfit. This outfit was so good. Now, next we have Got Mick. Okay, I loved the outfit, and I'm going to say something very controversial for everyone. I hated the fascinator. I just I felt like one, it was too big for her, so it kind of leaned. Also, I understood the reference. It was a punk rock reference. I just wished she had, if she was going to use like a paper clip, a safety pen as her fascinator. I wish I would have seen some sort of safety pen in her outfit.
Mhm.
I would have wore the outfit without the fascinator, but I know the challenge called for a fascinator. So
Yeah. The outfit was incredible and I liked the fascinator, but I could see her struggling with it
yeah.
for sure. Like kind of like having to hold it up there.
Mhm.
I thought the concept was really cute. I have no complaints about the look. I disagree a little bit with you. I think the fascinator was cute, and I thought I saw some safety pins on her outfit, but
Okay.
don't quote me on that.
Maybe I didn't. I don't know. But the outfit was and the boots spectacular.
Yes.
All right, next we have Denali. All I gotta say is the dramatics. The dramatics. This bitch always bring the dramatics.
Yes. Yeah, she was giving us a story. It was really cute.
Yes.
It was Denali is one of those people who you can tell she spends a lot of money on her drag, but
Mhm.
the the sometimes it's just a little off. But it wasn't off tonight. It was really good.
Yeah, I know. The judges had a problem because they said it was too costumey. I feel like it was not costumey. I'm like, this is not costumey. It's
Calling
tailored
drag
well.
costumey is like calling water wet, honey. It's all a
Yeah,
costume.
I'm like,
Simone's outfit was a costume, um, just as much as Denali's outfit was a costume.
yeah,
Drag.
I loved it. I felt like it was structured well. The fascinator was very good. Wine glass, and then she was holding, whatever she was holding and skating.
Hmm.
I said that takes big balls, and I would have not did that at all.
Yeah,
Nope.
she was cute.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have Elliot with two T's. This was a whole miss for me. I didn't get it at all.
It was atrocious. It was the absolute ugliest thing that I think has ever been on that runway. And they didn't say anything to her. The judges were like, I get it. You're like a flamingo. Work.
I'm like, I didn't get a flamingo. I didn't understand it. I'm like, she confused me with the beige parts of her outfit. The hair was unnecessary. The fascinator is cute by itself, of course.
Yeah.
The makeup wasn't as great.
The
It,
makeup, was she wearing makeup?
I
Did she have a single matte eyeshadow on her face? I don't think she did.
I don't even remember. The whole outfit was just a whole miss for me. I
It
was
was
like, no.
disgusting. It was the ugliest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life, and I felt so gaslit when she got her critiques because I expected them to like read her down for that look.
Yeah,
The pant leg, it looked like she fucking it looked like she like I don't know, like shit in one of her pant legs. I don't know, like it just was gross. It was disgusting. The beige
yeah.
floppy arm sleeve
It- what
with the stones weighing it down, like
yeah.
oh, it was so bad.
What killed me was the flamingo part. I'm like, no one. I'm pretty sure no one at home got it was a flamingo.
No, the overbrushed Kanekalon wig, it was
Mhm.
disgusting. It was disgusting.
Yeah, I didn't like the wig either on her.
The
All
wig
right,
was bad
yeah.
on her
All
on
right,
in that outfit, and it was all the same color. Like,
yeah.
ugh, the same ugly color. I'm sorry. Stop me. Cut me off.
Alrighty, all right. So speaking of ugly outfit, this one was also I didn't like this one either. This was Tina Burner's outfit. I felt like she could have did more. I'm like, Mama, it's a fascinator. I was, huh?
What was that? Like,
I was like, this is. I'm like Tina Burner. Now you know better.
mhm.
Maybe Elliot don't know better, but bitch, you know better.
Yeah, it was a little disappointing. I
Mhm.
will give her points for not wearing red and yellow,
Yes.
as I do every time she chooses not to wear red and yellow. I
Mhm.
am grateful. Like they did fucking little black dress and she was still wearing red and yellow. So it's exciting whenever she doesn't wear it, and I think that's really all I remember. It's like, oh, it's a different color. Yay.
I think the only thing I liked about her outfit was she was holding her this purse she was holding. It was like a ribbon.
Oh, the ribbon was cute. Yeah.
Yeah, I said other than that, that's the only thing I liked. Everything else was just no. It was better than Elliot's, but it was still a no.
Mhm.
And last but not least, we have Candy Muse. Um, I didn't too much. I like it was okay, but I feel like it was okay because I've seen a local queen do something similar, but a lot better. Which I see. It reminds me of Ophelia Hot Ass, one of Ophelia Hot Ass's outfits. Um,
Okay. Am obsessed with that silhouette.
yeah,
Uh,
it still was cute.
of the just like the big baby doll, like cut super short dress
Hmm.
moment. And it's usually done really cutesy, but it was done in a way that was really fashion, and I really enjoyed the look. And her
Yeah.
fascinator was really cool. And I can't believe she was the only bitch who thought to just write her name on her head as her fascinator. Like it's such a good, simple, solid idea. I was really happy with this look.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a bad look. I just felt like because I've seen Ophelia's before,
Mhm.
I like the Ophelia's better than Candy's. But I love the silhouette. I love the movement of Candy's outfit. You best believe I would never tuck in an outfit like that ever. So, who were your favorite looks of the night?
Simone is my favorite every week. Um, and so Simone. And I also really liked Utica's look. Um, I thought Utica's look was going to save her from what was to come.
Oh, we'll
We'll
get.
get into that in just a second. I don't want to spoil anything, but I really thought that Utica's look was enough to like give her that little extra push that she needed to be safe.
Hmm.
Um, and who else did I enjoy? Um, that's it. That's all I can think of right now.
Me
Yeah.
too. I have the same two. I have it right on my paper. The same two. Simone and Utica had the best outfits. The least were Elliot and Tina.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah, Elliot and Tina would be my two least favorite as well. I was honestly shocked that Simone was not in the top this week.
Mm. Well, speaking of tops, we have our three tops of the week. And I'm not surprised. I actually felt like this was well deserved. Denali, Rose, and Got Mick. I I understood why Rose was in the top. That was a no brainer, and why Got Mick was in the top.
Yeah.
Some people might disagree. Maybe Denali should have not been in the top, but I found Denali's Jonathan Van Hess so funny,
Hmm.
so funny. Where Simone, her Harriet Tubman was funny, but I wish she also did a little bit more with Harriet Tubman. I feel like I wish she would have went all out, being
Yeah.
respectful to everyone else in the snatch game. I thought that would have been cute. And she's like, "Oh no, this whole panel is full of white people. Let was there any other black people on the stage? No, come on, Tabitha, let's get out of here or something. I don't know. That would have been cute. But
Yeah. I
yeah.
see. I actually would have flipped Simone and Rose just based
Um,
on the runways alone. I thought that Rose's runway was bad enough to like kind of knock her off the top.
I don't think it was.
Simone was good enough to kind of push
Mhm.
her up there. But they don't really take into account the runway on Snatch Game Week as much as they normally do. So,
Mhm.
or at least they didn't this time.
Yeah.
The judging seemed to very much be more about the Snatch Game. And if it was just the Snatch Game, I can make sense of the top three that we have.
Mhm. So, and our bottom three, of course, is Elliot, Utica, and Olivia. I 100% agree. They were the worst of the week. Um, Now it's funny that you say that you think Utica should have been saved. You thought Utica was going to be safe based off her outfit. I thought the same thing too. But also there's another part of me was like, listen, y'all keep saving this bitch from lip syncing every week with Utica. Something got to give. She got
Yeah.
lip. She has to lip sync somehow.
Yeah.
But I actually thought of all the weeks. I thought this week it was between Olivia, Utica, and Elliot. I thought they was going to save Utica just off of her outfit. But
Same.
her snatch game was the worst.
Yeah. Yeah. And see, that's kind of why I'm thinking that they really didn't take into account the runway that much,
Mhm.
because Utica's runway was by and far better than Olivia's.
Yeah.
Granted, the judges liked Olivia's runway, so
Mhm.
whatever. They also liked Elliot's, so
Mhm.
why should we trust them?
Listen, I'm fine with who was lip syncing because it wasn't Olivia, and I like Olivia better than Elliot
Uh-huh.
and Utica anyway.
Yeah.
But we find out our winner this week is Got Mick. Do you agree?
I think this was correct.
I
Um,
do too.
I think that Gottmik consistently was the funniest. She was the best in person. She looked the most like the character. She
Mhm.
sounded the most like her. She had the most jokes, and her runway was really good. Like it was really fucking solid. Like it
Now I forgot to ask you this. Speaking of runways, what would you have wore for Fascinating Fascinators if you had the chance?
my like first gut reaction would be to just have like a severed leg, like with the foot like standing on my head and then just like up, but then I don't know what I would wear. Maybe just like a ball gown. I don't
Yeah,
know.
this one, unlike the other weeks, this one, well, I don't want to say other weeks, but I remember the last category they walked was Hello Yellow, and I remember I had Anita Sig on her, and it was obvious I was gonna be a Power Ranger if I was on Drag Race for that.
Yes.
But this week I'm like, I don't really wear fascinators, so I didn't know. I wouldn't know either. My first gut reaction was an alien, something to do with alien or something like that.
I just had an even better idea.
Ooh.
Giant suction cup dildo suction to my forehead. Like a unicorn. That's what I would do. And
Oh my god.
I would build a horse butt to trail behind me,
Uh
you
huh.
know, like so that I could be like a sexy unicorn centaur lady with like a dick head. That's what I would do.
Oh, that's smart.
And if they did, I would bring a unicorn horn just in case they didn't let me wear the dildo, and then I would just be a unicorn.
They would have said Diva Baby. No. Producer's like, no. Mm-mm. You got to
Yeah.
hold it on your head now.
No, if they don't let Manila wear the tampon dress, they're not gonna
They should not let you wear a
let
dick on
wear
your
a
head.
dildo on my face. So that's fine. I'll allow it.
So, our bottom two queens for this week is Utica and Elliot, and they have to lip sync by Fascinated by Company B. Now, I am not familiar with the song at all.
No, but it's kind of a bop.
Yeah, it was kind of a bop though. Don't you love it when you're not familiar with a song and then Drag Race or even a local drag queen? Because I've also got into songs like that. Just seen other queens perform, and you're like, oh my god, this is definitely a bop. I can't. I think one of the. I think it was. I'm trying to think. Oh no. The last bop that I got from a drag queen was Sardonyx would used to perform this mix. Sardonyx would perform this mix, and it was by Cookie, whoever her last name is. It was called, and the song is called Vacation. Man,
Mm.
when I tell you, once I found that song was on repeat for like a week. So I
Yeah,
definitely appreciate that when it
I've
comes to
been really
drag.
into disco lately, and this song is definitely gonna be added to my playlist. Like,
Mhm.
it was really cute, and I thought that Utica, it was a perfect song for Utica to
Yeah,
perform too.
yeah, because she damn sure whipped Elliot's ass in that lip
Yeah.
sync. I also felt like, and I felt the same way when Elliot and Lala was lip syncing, where Lala was like, she just backtracked it, just gave up. I felt the same thing with Elliot in this lip sync. I'm like, Elliot just like gave up. If, but that's not with me.
No, I don't think Elliot gave up. I think Elliot didn't expect to be in her position, and I think that the outfit was it just blended into the background. You know what I mean? Like she just didn't stand out at all. She couldn't even walk because her one pant leg was so fucking long. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like she had to like she's dancing around with her fucking pant leg held up high like she's a toddler, like going like woo, you know what I mean? Like it was just bad. I'm sorry. I just really hated that look and they should have eliminated her the second she walked out on the runway.
Like, all right, Elliot, no, 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 no. You can go home
Stay away. There will be no lip sync this week.
now.
That's what I would have preferred.
Yeah, she just Utica whipped her ass, and I was surprised because Elliot is a dancer. I've seen a couple of videos of her dancing, and she's really a good dancer. So I was surprised that Utica whipped her ass like that.
Yeah. Well, you don't necessarily need to be like a good like 5, 6, 7, 8 dancer to
Mhm.
have like rhythm and stage presence.
Yeah,
Um,
I felt like the song was more called for more quirkiness. And I
yeah.
feel like Utica definitely did that.
Yeah.
Now,
Nobody wants to see your nice like 16 count. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I want to see you perform the song.
hmm Now the lip sync is over, and we find out that Utica is staying in the competition. I'm not. I hate when queens do that reaction they do when they find out they're safe. You know how Utica's like, yes, yes. I hate that. I hate when queens do that. I don't know why.
In this case, I'll allow it because if I whether or not I was lip syncing or
Mhm.
safe, when I found out that Elliot was going home, if I was on the show, I would be rejoicing. You know what I mean? So I'm sure she was grateful to be
Mhm.
saved, but I think that maybe just the joy that she didn't have to deal with Elliot anymore
I can see.
probably overtook her.
I can see y'all on the same season, and they're like, all right, Elliot, Sashay, yes, you in the background, yes, goodbye.
I would be like, finally.
My judges, can I go help her pack, please?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Elliot has to sashay away. Sorry, Elliot. See you later. It's your time. You gotta go. Now, let me ask you this: who are your front runners this season, and who do you want to win this season?
I mean, I already said it. I said it before and I'll say it again. Simone is the winner of season 13. Is it 13?
This is 13.
Yeah, Simone is the winner of Drag Race season 13. There is nobody else who makes sense to win. Hands down.
I actually want someone else to win, and I've been getting a lot of not a lot of slack because everybody respects my opinion, but this person now when the promo first came out and I found out who was on the cast, I really didn't like this person. Like I didn't really pay attention to this person at all. But as the weeks go by, I am set on who I want to win this season, and it is I want Rose to win.
Interesting.
That's a reaction. They're like,
Hmm.
I like Simone. I like the whole cast, but there's something Rose been in, she been in like the highs almost every week, and
That's true. Yeah.
she don't win. So I kind of like I don't know if it's because of sympathy, but just something about her I just live for. I don't know.
I She has really been growing on me. I expect her to be in the top for sure. In
Mm-hmm.
the top four. I would say that my top four right now is um Simone,
Mm-hmm.
Gottmik, uh Rose. I almost called her Rosie. uh and if I had to pick a fourth, it would be Candace Musical because I'm just obsessed with her. Uh,
Mm.
and I think that she could get to the end.
I I don't care at this point. I don't care who's in the top four, but I need to see Denali in the top four, not based off of her track record, just be on the fact alone that Denali is a sickening talented performer, and I would say in the history of Drag Race, to me, she's probably one of the most interesting performers I have seen so far. So I would just love her to be in the top four just for her to lip sync against someone. I don't care who it is. I
Mhm.
don't care if you gotta eliminate Denali and bring her back 6 times for her to lip sync. I would like to see a lip sync from Denali. Definitely Rose. Rose just my number one. Simone at this point, I'm trying to root for Tina Burner, but at this point, Tina Burner, you ain't gotta win yet. You ain't winning, mama.
So I actually have some intel about Tina Burner, and
Ooh,
that is that there's some, you know, there are quite a few queens in and out of Philadelphia who know Tina Burner
Right.
personally,
Hmm.
and she does not act like that in real life. They're
Yeah.
like, she's really, she seems really in her head. And I think if we got the Tina Burner, that, you know, everyone in real life knows and loves,
Hmm.
she could go really far. And so
Yeah.
maybe that, hopefully that Tina Burner will show up, you know?
No, at this point, I'm fine. I'm good. I don't need her to show up. I have my top four, and my fourth girl will be Olivia Lux. Tina, you don't got to win this. If you don't got to win by now, you ain't gonna win at all. Just know that.
Yeah.
So the you know, I don't know. I would actually love to see Kenny Muse in the top four too, just to see what she would do for a lip.
I forgot about Olivia. Olivia's in my top four too. My top four has 5 people in
Mine do too.
it.
Yes, definitely. I would.
Olivia's giving me very miscongeniality. She's giving me that edit.
And I love the. I mean, I don't know if she's a big fan of her edit, but I like her edit. You know, as the new queen. You know, she's overlooked. People ain't taking her seriously because I often feel like that.
That's also like not super true. She's been doing drag for longer than 2 years. But
Oh,
I
that's
think
not
it's
true.
like super cunty that she came on the show and she's like, yeah, I'm a baby queen. I've only been doing drag like a year and a half, but she's been doing drag actually for a while.
Oh,
It's
okay.
so iconic. See, I love when bitches come on the show and they
Lie.
like pick a character and they play it and they play it well. And I think a lot of people are doing that this season.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, so she's lying. She's a liar. Miscongeniality, my ass. Then.
No, but see, she's still so likable, so like it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Like when SZA lies, we don't care. We still stand SZA.
just put out the music. Just put out the music. No, but yeah, Olivia is definitely a sweetheart. I definitely
Yeah.
see her winning Miss Congeniality. If she doesn't win it, I feel like La Ree will get it. No, or Tamisha. Tamisha, that's my number one pick.
Tamisha,
Tamisha, I forgot all about her. Wow, that's a shame. Forgive me, Lord. Well, that is another episode of Weekly Dose. Catch us next week for a new special guest, or it might just be me. I don't know. But until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye.
bye.